Hey guys, what's up? Today in the Brick Lab, we're taking a look at the ultimate X-1 charger as brought to you by Grammatical. He has a ton of great builds on his Instagram page, so if you're not following him, you're really missing out. So this build was inspired by the Legacy X-1 charger that came out last year. Now there were a lot of people that weren't very happy with the Legacy X-1 charger that came out last year because it really doesn't capture the feel of the original build. Grammatical was one of those people, but rather than complain about it, he just went ahead and designed his own version, or at least started it. He published the work in progress on his Instagram page, and so I took inspiration from that and built that design in real life. Now, there were a couple of changes that I did have to make to his design in order to make it actually work in real life, but we'll get into those in a little bit. But first up, let's just take a look at this car. Now, this thing is pretty cool from pretty much any angle you look at it. Of course, don't look at the back because that's where my handiwork comes into play, and I didn't really take as much time as I should have to improve that thing. I do like that I was still able to include the exhaust here on the back, but other than that, yeah, we're gonna stay away from that section. But anyway, so going into the main features of the build, the main feature of any X-1 charger is the fact that you can lift up the hood and launch Kai's motorcycle out from it. Now for his design, you push down on the spring-loaded shooter on the back here, and that would not only lift up the hood like on the Legacy X-1 charger, but it would also in theory launch Kai out on his bike. Now unfortunately it did not work that way in reality. There were some illegal building techniques used in the back here, and pushing down does not give it enough force to launch the bike out. So obviously I had to switch it up, and what I ended up doing was just using the same mechanism that the original X-1 charger uses, which is to push this little lever on the back here, and that's what launches Kai's bike out. Of course, unfortunately you do also have to manually lift the hood, but I think in this case it's probably a good thing because I also had to make some modifications to the dashboard here so that Kai would actually fit through with his massive hairpiece. Let me tell you, if Kai ever comes with a shorter hairpiece, it's going to make it a lot easier on the LEGO designers. I'm telling you that much right now. So one thing the Grammatical threw in that I really like is the machine guns mounted in underneath the hood here. You just lift up this assembly and you're good to go. I did modify them just a little bit because it's easier for them to pull out this way, but it's not really a big deal. But anyway, I ended up working on this car back in December of last year before LEGO came out with their new stud shooter designs, which is why I'm using the old ones here. So I'm sure if you have any stud shooters at all, you know how they work. You just load the stud ammo in on the front, you push the little triggers underneath, and they go flying off, and possibly never to be seen again. Moving on, see, I also have a few machine guns mounted above it, because if you're a ninja in a massive high-speed car chase, you're probably going to need all the firepower you can get. And speaking of firepower, we also have the projectile launchers on the back here, and I'm sure you also know how those work. You just load these little spring-loaded darts into them, push down, and off they go. So yeah, really happy with the way that this turned out. Again, I did have to make some changes to it, but that's honestly, in my opinion, not a bad thing. I really like messing around with builds and kind of fixing them up and adding my own takes to them. So as far as I'm concerned, this was a lot of fun all around. Again, if you're not following Grammatical on Instagram, you should, because he posts a lot of builds, a lot of great builds, just like this, or even better. In fact, he has a Temple of Fire that, man, what I wouldn't give to be able to build that one. Anyway, that's a subject for another video. That's it for today. If you like this video, well, you already know what to do. And don't forget to follow Grammatical. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all that other good stuff. And if you want to see more of my content, please feel free to check out the other videos on my channel. And if there's something you want to see me build, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section below, and I will see what I can do. Again, that's all I have for you guys today, so I will see you next time.